You're right people, 6 Plus Save here. As you can see by the title and everything, I'm going to show you today how to paint up your terrain, whether that's MDF or plastic or resin, whatever it is, into good metal weathered terrain. So I basically started off, this is the terrain, if you all remember from the LGT terrain set. I'll put a link in the description and hopefully a card to my video reviewing this when I built it. But I'm going to turn this into very simple, very effective weathered metal terrain for the board for future games going forward. So all I've done first thing, while the sun's out and everything's really enjoyable, I've basically got some of my shiny metallic finish, metal finish spray, and I've given them all a very thorough coat. I've gone into all the nooks and crevices all the way through, and I've made sure it's fully sealed, because the main thing you want to do with whatever terrain you have is seal it, because you're going to be moving around, you're going to be scuffing these with other miniatures, other terrain, your hands, you're going to be, you know, messing around, and your skin from your hand has natural grease and oils in it. It will work off paint if you don't prime it. Okay, so I'm going to leave this out here a good while to let it set, and then we're going to move indoors or stay out here depending on the sun. Got to make the most of it when you're living in the United Kingdom, the sun, for the next couple steps. But hopefully you'll enjoy this going forward. You'll have some nice terrain, so I'll catch you in a minute. Alright, so we're back. As you can see, I've gone over the whole load of this metal terrain. You can see it's quite grimy and mucky if we pan over the whole lot. So if we zoom in on a particular piece, basically I'll explain what I've done. So I've gone over with my dark brown agrats looking wash, and what I've done is I smothered it in it. I absolutely caked it, and then I just used some tissue paper, whatever you want to use, and I dabbed the excess off. But I made sure there was quite a lot that stayed in the recesses and at the bottom where the grime would build up. Okay, so then you can see it kind of holds into the recesses. Hopefully you can pick that up. So basically you could say that this is all perfectly good enough to use on the board right now, and there's nothing wrong with that using this like it is now. I could go really over the top with this. Alright, you could add a lot of colours, you can add hazard stripes, so on and so forth to it. What I'm going to do is one or two more steps to make it pop a little bit more, so then you got some good tabletop quality terrain. So I'll catch you in a minute after the next step. Alright, so we've added some colour to this metal terrain in front of us. So let's have a little bit of a closer look. So the main bit of colour that I've added is onto these grid bits on the bottom. So as you can hopefully see, I've added some hazard stripes to the entrances, really simple, and I've coloured the actual vents underneath. It's nothing too drastic, but it just breaks up all the monotonous silver and weathering, just adds a little bit of colour to it. So the next step is going to be the final step, where we're just going to add some more grunge to this terrain, and then basically you're done going forward. But you don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but it just helps with just keeping everything nice and, you know, uniform, but really quick and easy to get this terrain on the board. Catch you in a minute. Alright, so a quick easy step. I could have gone typhus corrosion to add some, you know, corrosion and stuff to it, but I wanted to keep this video as non-commercial paint as possible. So what I've actually done is I've used my black ink that I've shown off in a previous video, and I've added some soot effects. So if I grab this one up here, where you go near the vents, you got some soot there, which is quite good. And then if I show you these ones here, hopefully you can then see that in a little bit better light. See, I got a little bit of soot in all those vents, and all that is putting a black wash on giving it a couple seconds for it to start adhering, and then dabbing off with a basically tissue and just building up gradually as much or as little soot as you want. But that is the whole set basically done. Alright, so I know you can go more in depth, you can do hazard stripes in between all the girders and so on and so forth. Use these, techniques that I've shown you of doing the silver, then the dark brown wash, doing the stippling effect and, bringing some of it off, then using a brush and tissue, then adding your colours that you want to add in. Do the same again, add a bit of weathering on if you wish, and then add your effects like soot and dirt and grime. Just basically add to it as you want, but build it up gradually. You can always add to it, you can't really take away. But I hope this has been informative and useful for you all. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. Like, comment, any feedback, very much appreciated. And as always, hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. All take care of yourself. See you around.